is Kirsten Liebelt. How are you doing? Come on in. It is Friday. If you are in the United States, you are enjoying the beginning of a long day or a long weekend. So come on in. Let's do one more session before we are off until Tuesday. All right. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Kirsten Liebelt. We do this Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, other than like holidays or I'm out of town. And we talk about insulin resistance. We've been doing this now, you guys, for like a year and a half. And if you ever need to see replays of these lives, go over to the YT. Go over to the YT. My name is the same everywhere on all of my social media. And so go over there, Kirsten Liebelt, and you can just catch up on other things like maybe different topics, et cetera, that you're interested in. And we just collectively like figure out our world a little bit, right? Because we get such bad information. So I was raised in an Italian family where there was just a lot of obesity and type 2 diabetes, like a lot. So much so that like when my dad, this looks like it's going to fall off, when my dad needed a kidney transplant because he was on dialysis for 2 years before he died at 63, I was a match. But the University of Minnesota said, yeah, no, pretty much no, because of the genetics of it all. Well, that's ridiculous. So says me, I'm just your friend. I'm just a person. I'm not a doctor or anything. But I will say to you that it took me down this path of, I don't understand. He had all of these medications. It was like a lazy Susan full of meds, etc. So now I understand. This is Happy Friday, sweet lady Patty. Good to see you. Down this journey of, wait a minute, this isn't terminal. This isn't a terminal diagnosis. Why did he die, etc. So anyway, thank you so much for jumping on TikTok, people. I love you guys so much. Jan, happy Friday, happy Labor Day weekend. I know here in the States, here we are celebrating our long weekend. And for me, just as a little side note, that means Minnesota State Fair. So that's what our family will be doing. All right, today I want to talk about sugar addiction. Sugar addiction. Okay, you guys, like I so wish that, maybe I would have had better videos or more videos or any videos of me raising my kids or where I started this journey, like a little bit over 10 years ago, like major sugar addict. My idea of a really, really good time when I was raising my kids was my mom modeled to me that on Sunday afternoons, I mean, when I was a little girl growing up in a neighborhood suburb of Minneapolis, it was newspaper time. You sit down and you read the newspaper. And when you would say, hey, Mom, can I go like to so-and-so's house? Nope. Sundays were for church and napping. And that's what they were for. So I kind of continued that a little bit, for a season anyway, with my kids. And it was like, I would take a Sunday afternoon nap. We were out in the country, so I wasn't really so worried about like friends or anything like that. Like that wasn't a question, but newspaper, Sunday afternoon nap, and usually a bag of sugar. I was going to say sugar-free. I'm so used to saying that now. And a bag of snack size Snicker bars. Like, oh my God. That was just the norm. I'm just telling you what the norm was. I drank so much sugared coffee creamer. Like it was embarrassingly a large amount. I had a friend who gained 10 pounds when she met me and like we started hanging out within the first 3 months of knowing me. Okay. So like sugar was a big piece of my life. When I started to ask myself questions like in my 50s, what is the food? Like if I'm standing at a potluck, do you guys know what a potluck is? I'm in Minnesota, where you have potlucks in the basement of the church after Sunday service. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? So I literally asked myself this question. You can laugh, you can think I'm being funny, but I am serious. Like this is how disconnected I was to the things that I liked or the things that I didn't like, or like I just wasn't paying any attention. I just thought I liked all food. I just thought that no matter what. And I sat down and I'm like, no, hold on now. So if I'm standing in front of a potluck inside of the church, and I could have anything I wanted to eat, what would it be? And my answer was, and I've said this before in the group a lot, the 7-layer bar. Do you guys know what the 7-layer bar is? We were addicted to sugar. I know you can't imagine doing that now. Me neither, Julie. Me neither. I would go into like a food coma if I did that. And not only that, but I'm going to tell you something. That candy tastes like trash now. Tastes like total trash that it is. Like, first of all, it's not European. So let's just talk about that. It's not even a good chocolate. It's a trash chocolate to begin with. You just get addicted to flavors that are really bad. Anyway, like addicted to mediocrity or something like that. Anyway, Alonia, you said bonus points for low carb. Right? Oh my gosh. Good morning, Cindy. Look at everybody's here before Labor Day. Megda. Good morning, Alonia, Kim. This is amazing. Yoo-hoo. It's like a total party. Okay. So anyway, oh man, where was I in my story? I was telling you a story. Where was I? Okay. Oh, so I'm at the potluck and I had about 7-layer bar and I'm like, okay, well, if I could figure out how to trade that out, that would be a good start for me. And that's where I started. So being addicted to sugar for me, it was really obvious. Like I am the poster child for the sugar addict. The other thing was my very favorite, like, pig out food, which was, we lived pretty close to a Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has these salt and pepper kettle chips. They're amazing. And we would eat those and then like with either, like some sort of candy at the same time because you want the salty and the sweet. Or you go to the theater and you get the butter popcorn, which was it ever real butter? I feel like either my taste buds, which is probably true because I can't even, it's so gross. But back in the day, there's a memory in my head that back in the day, it actually tasted phenomenal. And then you eat that at the same time you're eating Milk Duds. Okay, like I could go on. I won't, but I could go on because sugar is just something it is such an issue. And we are so mean to ourselves. We're so like mean girl in our heads. Like you're just such a freaking loser. You don't have any self-discipline. And, when are you going to stop like binging on sugar, when nobody's looking or like, my mother had candy in her bedroom all the time. On her nightstand all the time. She had candy. She would go buy, okay, you guys are going to laugh at me. She would go buy maple little nuggets. I don't know if you know what those are, or Boston baked beans. Does anybody remember those? So I was like, I'm just trying to let you know. I was raised this way. I thought that I should model this. I did. It didn't turn out well. By the time I was 50, I was a 2X in size and my insulin resistance was off the charts. And I had to do something to turn things around. Yes, we did not know, Julie, how to take care of ourselves, did we? We did not. I honestly didn't. But now I do. And now I get to talk to you guys about it. You're throwing one tomorrow. Oh. Tell me what you're throwing, Alonia. Hold on. I think I missed the conversation. I don't want to miss the conversation. Maybe you're throwing a party. Tell me. I would love to know. Okay, let's jump into sugar addiction and 5 tips for you today. Let's do this before the weekend. I'm doing this because it's Labor Day weekend in the States. And that basically means there's probably going to be barbecues. We're doing a bonfire tonight. We're doing a bonfire at my daughter's house. There's going to be all sorts of great food. There's going to be, all the fun little whatever s'mores and all the good stuff. And we're doing that actually because it was my husband's birthday 2 days ago. So we're going to have a family little birthday party for him. And then on Sunday, we're going to go to the Minnesota State Fair, which is food galore. Like it's the insanity of it all, right? And so how do you navigate some of these things? How do you stop being so mean to yourself? Let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about why it's even an addiction. Why can we call it an addiction and how do we change it? And I'm telling you, there's no question. There's literally no question. I can already tell you right now, this is going to be way easier than you think. Okay, like have some hope and be encouraged. This is going to be easier than you think in terms of sometimes it's just that the habit, it's the habit of grabbing. But if you are willing to switch things out a little bit, this is not like It's not like a heroin addiction. Like, don't lie to yourself and tell yourself that it's that bad, because it's not. Your body, your chemistry will literally shift when you shift, and then it will crave different things and other cravings will go down. So, know the truth and then move into that without shame, but at least you have to know the truth. Okay. So here we go. So if you've ever told yourself just one bite and suddenly the whole bag is gone, like the snack size Snicker bars, it's not a lack of willpower. It's actually biochemistry. Or if you feel like sugar has a hold on you, do you feel like that has a hold on you? It's not your fault. Let's talk about what's really driving the addiction loop, because there's a loop going on. Okay. So your brain chemistry, your sugar spikes dopamine. When you eat sugar, it spikes dopamine, the same reward pathway triggered by drugs. So it is the same reward pathway, okay? But you don't have to go into the hospital and be in the ICU to get off of it, okay? So again, proper perspective really can help. Number two, it gives you quick energy. So there's a fast crash and then craving cycle. So you crave, you eat, you crash, and you go back up again, and you crash, and then you go back into crave cycle. So there's this whole thing going on, right? Now, the insulin roller coaster, I talk about this a lot with you, a lot, because I want you to understand what's actually happening in your body. So high sugars being spiked all the time, your pancreas is going to release insulin, which is a hormone. It's going to release insulin to go get the sugar and bring it into your cell. Insulin being released, grab the sugar, take it into your cell. There are many factors as to why we're insulin resistant, but the biggest piece of this puzzle, for clarity purposes, over time, your cell closes the door and it changes the lock. And insulin was the key. So now that the door is closed and the lock is changed, you are exhausted because you did not get energy into your cell. And the issue with that is that your brain goes, oh, quick fix, give me sugar, give me carbs, give me something fast. Like, I need fast energy. So your body is driving this bus and you're thinking it's just you being a lame loser. And you're not a lame loser. You just have to understand the loop that's going on. Okay. So now you're crashing because you're not getting energy into your cell, but also that is where then all the fat starts getting stored, because insulin is a fat storing hormone. So it's laying it down inside of your liver, and it's laying it down inside of your pancreas and around your organs. And all of a sudden now you've got this belly and you're like, what in the world? I've mentioned before, like how growing up Italian, all of my uncles that I remember, I shouldn't say all, that's a very dramatic statement. They had these big hard bellies, and these, their belt was way below their big bellies. And they would literally stand around and be like, I have a 32-inch waist, because they wore their belts way down low. And I remember as a little girl, these conversations, like, I don't know, I wasn't thinking anything about them. I just remember that they existed. And it's so dumb. But that's why the belly fat, that's why you're like, why will my belly not go away? It's because high insulin in your belly is creating belly fat, and you have to deal with your insulin. This is what we talk about every day. So if you didn't know that, there you go. So high insulin from sugar equals blood sugar crash. Your brain panics. Oh, no. Beep, beep, beep. Feed me quick. This loop tricks you into thinking you need more sugar when you're actually stuck in a chemical cycle. So you're like, oh, where's the next fix? Where's the next, sweet coffee? Where's the next, I'll have a granola bar and lie to myself and tell me it's healthy. I'll go grab a yogurt with a ton of sugar in it and whatever, and I'll tell myself it's healthy, or whatever your brain does, whatever you're doing, right? We sabotage ourselves all the time. Did my uncles all die young like your dad? Julie, that is such a great question. No, not as young as my dad. That's a really good question. But I do know that my grandpa, by the time my grandpa died, who was Italian, he was blind and in a wheelchair, and he died in his 70s. That I do know for sure. But that's such a good question. I should track some of that and see, like, when did they all die? How old were they? Okay, so you're in this chemical cycle, and then there's this gut brain axis going on. Overgrowth of sugar loving gut bacteria now is amplifying your cravings. So this is why we talk about the gut all the time. This is why I talk about the gut primer and the things all the time, because overgrowth of sugar loving gut bacteria can amplify your cravings. So you're feeling like you're just so out of control. It's kind of like when your gut gets so messed up, it starts showing up on your skin and you've got eczema and you're itching because it's telling you what's going on inside. Your sugar cravings are too. Okay. So it's a gut conversation. Your gut literally asks for more sugar. Can I have some more, please? Some more, sir. However that goes in that movie. It's right. Like your gut is asking for more sugar because you got bacteria that loves sugar. Okay, so here we go. What keeps us stuck in the loop? We're going to go through this. Oh, potluckalonia. Okay. Yes, I know. I do love myself a potluck. It's hard, though. It's challenging because everybody's got a casserole. Everybody's got a hot dish, and you do not know what they put in that hot dish. It is hard to find things at a potluck to eat unless somebody gives you straight meat or something. It's like, or they put keto or buy a dessert. Okay, so hidden sugars. Oh, you guys, I already teach sugar-free, grain-free, and legume-free because then you are automatically giving yourself an actual chance. Like if you don't go sugar, grain, and legume-free, I don't know what to tell you. Like you're just messing it up. You're keeping your cycle alive. You're just keeping it alive. Low carb tortillas and keto bread and all that mess. It's keeping the cycle alive. And you are so dang frustrated thinking nothing's working. Nothing's working. I know. It's because you're spiking your sugars and calling on insulin. However, sugar hides everywhere. So let's pretend that you haven't transitioned your foods yet. Breads, sauces, all of the healthy snacks. We've been so lied to in marketing. It's ridiculous. You have emotional triggers, stress, boredom, reward system. You know how I talk about when I first went on my food journey and I was rewarding myself with sweet potato fries at Red Robin all the time. And I'll tell you, victory, right? So we went to Red Robin, my husband and I, 2 days ago, and I did not have sweet potato fries because I don't reward myself with sweet potato fries anymore. But anyway, okay, so emotional triggers, habit stacking, soda with lunch, dessert after dinner. We're constantly doing that in a negative way. So that's kind of common in my family where they ask you, can I get you something to drink? And then people in my family will say, do you have Dr. Pepper, the real Dr. Pepper? And then they'll say, yes, we do. And they'll say, I'll take a Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, because it's pure fructose. It's really bad for you. But anyway, but we have these habits. We sit down for a meal at a restaurant or like they said, after dinner, you're like, I'm craving something sweet. I'm used to grabbing something sweet after dinner. Come on, I know I'm not the only one. And then brain fog and fatigue. Your body reaches for fast energy, making the loop harder to break. So you're just like, oh, this is why when you don't sleep at night, if you're having a hard time sleeping, this is really, really bad for your insulin resistance. Like it's really bad. But notice how, like, let's say you don't get sleep. Maybe you had to get up early to go to the airport. Maybe you didn't sleep because, whatever. You just either had to get up or you had to stay up late to accomplish something. And then the next day you're running on less than normal sleep. And you can feel how tired you are behind your eyes. And you know that feeling and you're just like, I don't like that feeling, whatever. Okay, I got to shake it off. I have to still keep doing my daily life. And then you're just all day long. You cannot stop thinking about carbohydrates. You just can't, you just can't stop. You're just like, I got to have some, I got to snack on something. I got to like keep myself alive, keep myself awake. And you want sugar and carbs, right? That is your body reaching for fast energy. And it does make that harder to break because if you're in constant fatigue, you're in constant searching for sugar and carbs. Okay. All right. So easiest hacks to break the cycle. Let's talk about these quickly for you. Been there, done that, dessert after dinner. Now you don't care about it. I love that, Patty. I love it. I don't either very often. There are still times though that I'm like, oh, I would like something. And so maybe I'll grab an Oikos 000 yogurt and you know what? It's interesting because we still cycle. Can you still feel your body cycling, Patty? Like I've been doing this quite a while. I can still feel my body cycle. Like I haven't had an actual cycle for like 10 years, but I can feel the cycling of there's a time of the month I'm still feeling puffier than usual. Maybe my cravings are different than usual. Things like that still happens. Oh, your break's over. Yes. Check the replay when you're done tonight. That sounds great. Good to see you. And those things sometimes are just like they'll throw us in for a loop, so to speak. And we don't want that. But let's do the hacks. All right. For everybody who is transitioning, you know I talk about having carb blocker in my pockets. You can do that. That's not one of the hacks, but I'm just going to say that so I don't forget it. When you're on my site, look for the carb blocker. That does help. It stops 500 grams of sugar from entering your system when you sit down to eat. But other than doing something like that, this is what you can do. Protein first. 30 grams before noon will stabilize your blood sugar. If you will get up in the morning and you will do what I did this morning, I posted it in my stories. You can go check it on Instagram and Facebook. I had 2 eggs and a chicken sausage, and then I took the last remaining sections of my egg white protein bread and I sliced it pretty thin, and I made a little bit of just a little grilled cheese. And altogether, I think it was 44 grams of protein. And I am telling you, I am so stable. My body will not crave sugar when I have that much good, stable protein in me. It's not even going to be a conversation. So if you will start your day like that, it literally probably changes everything for your whole day. It makes it so much easier. This is why I'm telling you, this is so much easier. There are no hacks to getting off of heroin. There are no hacks to, breaking other addictions like this. This is actually not as hard as you think. The trade out. So swap sugar-filled treats for, low glycemic ones or better ones. Monk fruit, stevia, use pork panko for breading, do things like that are, when you start to do trade outs, it changes everything. So when I talk about sugar substitutes, I always talk about stevia, monk fruit, allulose, and erythritol. Allulose is actually, somebody just sent me this morning a reel on it. And I've already known that the studies are showing that allulose is actually bringing down sugars, like blood sugars. It's actually getting your body to release more GLP-1. Like it's an amazing plant sweetener. Pay attention to things like that. Now it's only 70% as sweet as sugar. So you have to test things yourself. You have to be willing to get in the kitchen and try yourself a keto mug cake. Try yourself something and test some of the sweeteners so that you can know for yourself, because you're going to be different than I'm going to be. Okay. Now, personally, I would take that allulose and I would put that in a recipe, and then I would take some liquid stevia or some liquid monk fruit, and I would boost that sweetness a little bit. That's what I would do. But you have to try things. This month in the group, we did slow cooker brownies, ooey gooey turtle slow cooker brownies. So good. Really good. So there are trade outs. Remember, I was saying the 7-layer bar for me. What is it for you that you need to find a recipe for? And that can be your homework for the weekend. Go online and type in ChatGPT, keto, and then fill in what it is that you want to try. And the reason why you put in keto, because it will give you grain-free, sugar-free, right? And it will give you some ideas. Follow recipes, because trading out almond flour and coconut flour is not as easy as one. Move this. I feel like that's way off. Is not the same as. It's not just a trade out like for white flour. You do have to follow a recipe and know just a couple things just to do it so that it turns out for you. But something like that. So that was in the blog, All Day I Dream About Food, and it's ooey gooey slow cooker, ooey gooey turtle brownies. That would be a perfect thing to try this weekend if you're a sweet person, because it comes out and she's like, after 2 hours, it's going to be super ooey gooey. And then if you want it to be a little more firmed up, go for 3 hours. Like, how easy is this? It doesn't get easier than this, you guys. I'm just telling you, that was an easy one, right? All right. Number 3. So 1 was protein first. Number 2 is find your sugar-filled trade outs. Number 3, your gut and liver support. You already know how I feel about this. I actually took the time to just kind of go over the liver reset stack in my stories this morning. If you want just a little bit of understanding, or you want to reach out to me or whatever, because if you can actually understand that when your liver is sluggish, you will never burn fat. And that when your liver is sluggish, you can't govern your hormones very well. And insulin is a hormone, and it can't govern your blood sugars very well. And if your gut is all inflamed and messed up, and it's begging for sugar, gimme, 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 gimme. This is like the frustrating point. And that's why so often somebody will come on here, one of my clients, and they'll be like, this is the easiest journey I've ever done, because you addressed this, because you addressed down under, you addressed your liver and your gut. You stopped putting Band-Aids all over your body, and you were able to actually get inside and stop the cue. Shut off the noise. Gimme, 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 gimme. Shut up. That's what you can do. I mean, I'm just telling you, this is why, like, I know Patty said that before. This is the easiest one. No cycling. You had a hysterectomy. Oh, when you were 43. Got it, Patty. Yep. Interesting. That would change things, right? Okay. That's number 3. So I talk about the liver gut reset. I don't even know. Do I have all of my pieces for today? What did I do with there? I do. I'll show it to you here in just a second, but let's not waste any time. Number 4, hydration and electrolytes. Sometimes sugar cravings are actually dehydration or mineral imbalances. So this is a big one. When you stop eating the way that you've been eating, rebalancing your electrolytes is really important. I actually I added them on my Amazon list yesterday. Remineralizing your body can change the way that you are craving, change the way that you are thirsty. And sometimes your signal is thinking that you need more sugar when actually you just needed to get properly hydrated. Okay. So yesterday we did talk a little bit about electrolytes, just to kind of give you, like, a couple of examples of sugar-free electrolytes, because you don't want to be drinking the electrolytes that start with a G, the one that's at the football game. That's like trash. Don't do that. When you go to my site here, which is my first last name.com, right there is my name, kirstenliebelt.com. You'll see the liver reset stack is right there. You can just look at it right there. But go down and you'll see where. You'll see my Amazon finds right there. Okay. And when you do see that, I don't have that many on there. However, stop. There we go. For insulin resistance, I do recommend a cookbook. Those are the egg whites, all the good things. But go down here. Hold on. Where is it? Come on. Right here. Salt tea. That's one good sugar-free, sweetened with stevia. And LMNT. That's also good for sugar-free electrolytes, if you need to be doing that. And just as a side note, and then the button is right underneath it, either one, the button is right there for you. Okay. In the winter time, this is a hot cocoa hack. I'll have to talk about this as we get closer to winter. They will oftentimes have caramel, cocoa type flavors, and literally use like maybe even half of a packet in a mug and warm it up in warm up the hot water and put it in there to your liking, etc. And it's like a salty hot cocoa, a salty hot caramel. Very, very good. Like you're doing something good for your body while you are like warming up, because you may be in a cold state like me. Thank you, Knowledge is Power. Will you be posting the 5 hacks and the yummy sounding recipes? Have to get your grands now. God, that's a really good idea. Maybe I will have to create an Instagram post. Thanks for asking. Go get your grands. Go get your grands. If nothing else, I'll put them up in my stories. How does that sound? That sounds great. I'm trying to think, what recipes was I talking about? Oh, the ooey gooey. I will find it and post these in my stories for you. Have a good day, Trisha. Very good to see you. Okay, so the last one, because that was the electrolytes. The last one is wait 20 minutes rule. Now, I'm not very good at this. So, do as I say, not as I do. I don't think that I think this way very often. But I'm going to throw it out here for you, for any of you that know that this would work with you or help you. You're welcome. When a craving hits, distract yourself for 20 minutes. Often the intensity will pass. Okay. So just give yourself time for the intensity to pass a little bit. Okay. But again, I don't know that I've always been super good at that. So it's something for everybody to just, I feel like every time you are assessing yourself, it's a good day. If you have a day where you are assessing yourself and you are actually asking yourself, what foods do I actually like? Why did that bother me that I didn't have that food in my house anymore? What is it that I want? Like tonight now, I'm going to assess myself. We're going to do a bonfire. So I will go and I will buy food for the bonfire and all the goodies, but I will make sure that for myself, I have a Lily's bar. Now, I may not even care about the Lily's bar when I get there, but I'm just going to be prepared, because maybe I'm sitting around and I'm thinking, well, I'd like a little piece of chocolate. Everybody's eating all the Hershey bars. I'll have something for myself. So I'm assessing. I just know me, right? And I'll just have something available. I could purchase, they do have sugar-free marshmallows. They're in the baking aisle in Walmart, and I don't remember the brand. I'm trying to see it in my brain. However, those mess with my tummy. So I would only, they're not cheap. Number one, they're like $6 for a little tiny bag. They do taste really good. Really, really good. To my knowledge, they do not brown on a stick in the fire. They taste amazing, but too many, not for me. Okay. But just so you know that things are around. So we're going to wrap up now. Protein first, 30 or more grams of protein before noon. Stabilizes your blood sugar, not legumes, not grain, not oatmeal, sprouted bread. No. I had eggs, a chicken sausage. That was mild Italian. I used my egg white bread, some cheese. Everything was very, very, very stable. Number 2, trade out your sugar-free items. All Day I Dream About Food. Great, great resource. She has a good blog for sugar trade outs. Number 3, gut and liver support. Number 4, hydration and electrolytes. And number 5, wait 20 minutes rule. And if you want to look at the liver reset stack, because you know that you have never focused on your liver and gut, you know that has not been what you have done. Instead, you've done a lot of Band-Aids. You've done a lot of other things that have not maybe served you, and you don't feel like you're in a new place and you need to be in a new place. Then I'm going to show you the liver reset stack. And she's asking about the egg white recipe. So on my site, actually, I have it on there. So again, my website is myfirstlastname.com, and you'll know you're there because when you scroll just a tiny bit, there's my picture and my name. So the product spotlight, the liver reset is right there. And right down here, you're going to see resources, free. Protein blueprint, egg white bread is right there. It looks like this. I make this all the time. It's an egg white bread. It's from Maria Emmerich. I did not invent this. This is Maria Emmerich. She's amazing. And then if you need to know about the egg white powder, I've got it on my Amazon finds right there for you, because just so that you are resourced. Okay. So with the liver reset stack, when you go and you look at that, you're going to see 3 products, 3 of the 6. I apologize. I've got something in my eye. I can feel it's been bugging me here. 3 out of the 6, the total body reset has 6 products in it. If you want to start in a different way, because you don't want to do the total body reset, like you want to dip your toe and you don't want to dive off the deep board, right? The high dive, do these 3. do liver and gut, liver and gut, liver and gut. So we have a gut primer that's going to help you with, has 6 different blends, recalibrating your gut, supporting the healing and the sealing of your gut, helping out your liver when you don't have a gallbladder, constipation, indigestion, all the things. This tablet right here is supporting your natural detoxification of your liver. You have to understand you can't burn fat if you don't deal with your liver. And this one is the visceral fat. This is the orange pixie stick that I talk about all the time. And you just put it on your tongue once a day for 90 days and then take 30 days off. And this targets your BMI. This I sourced right out of the sports nutrition line because it's meant to change your body composition. It's meant to like deal with what's been going on underneath that you think your belly coming out to here is just because you're gaining fat right here that you can pinch. You're thinking that this is where you're pinching your belly. It's not. It's happening inside and it's pushing out your belly. It's the visceral fat underneath pushing you out. And that visceral fat is being laid down by high insulin that can't get into your cell. And so now it turns everything into fat and it lays it down in your liver, your pancreas, around your organs. And that's what you want to deal with. So doing a liver gut reset like this changes everything. And yes, I dropped it, doggone it, every day. Okay, but this is what it looks like. I already had mine this morning. You can see it in my stories. Like green tea, turmeric-y, gingery, fresh, right? I'm not a green tea person, so I do not mix it in a tall glass and sip on it. I don't, because I'm not a green tea person. So I wouldn't do that no matter what. Small amount of water, I froth it up. I take it like a wellness shot. But the testimonies have been so amazing by people redoing their liver and their gut. The beginning of the week, I started with the testimony of my dear friend who is probably still on here. And over the last year, I posted it in my stories this morning because it fires me up. Everybody else wants to just talk about like eat more fiber or take cinnamon pill or how about some apple cider vinegar? And I'm not even saying that these things are bad, although Maria Emmerich did write an article on the fiber myth. But those are so peripheral. They're not actual fixes for anything. They are add-ons at best. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. Yeah, cinnamon is good for you. I love cinnamon. Like I'm a cinnamon girl. But I would never consider that a primary go-to for, like, let's say, fixing anything in my body. I would just be like, oh, yeah, cinnamon is good. Just like I'm going to add garlic to my food because garlic is good. Right? Like this is the way that I think. So when it comes to doing like the liver reset stack, you know, she was taking also the probiotic, the glucose product, and a slimetry. So she was taking a few more. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. But over the last year, you guys, her MRI on her fatty liver, this is why I love labs. I love it when you guys give me your labs because you don't argue with labs. This isn't me just making crap up, right? Who wants that? Her fatty liver went from bad to mild over the last year. Her A1C dropped a point. She lost inches. I always tell you guys, I was using my measuring tape because I'm mailing out more glucose health because it's out of stock, but I inventoried in my home. So I was measuring a package. So I don't have it here, but measure under her bust. It was 6 inches, 5 inches off her waist, 3 inches off her hips over the last year. Can you imagine your composition changing that much over the year? And it's because listen, do you see the correlation? Are you hearing the correlation? Her MRI on her fatty liver went from bad to mild. The inches came off her trunk. Where does visceral fat get laid down? In your trunk, under your bust, down your hips. Like this is what's happening. So if you can be making that kind of a difference in your body, like just all you have to do is say, I am actually going to give myself permission for the journey. I'm going to give myself permission for the mission. I'm the mission. I'm worth the mission. because I don't do anybody good dead. I don't do anybody good if I'm like on so many meds I can't see straight, or if I can't function, if I can't be with my grandbabies, if I can't, you just fill in the blank. I don't know what it is for you. But for me, listen, tonight I'm going to go do a bonfire and I'm going to enjoy every freaking second of it with my 3 little boys that are 4, 3, and 1. Like, I'm going to have a heyday. I'm going to have fun and I'm going to feel good. I wake up in the morning and I walk because I feel good because my body is freaking functioning. So no Band-Aids for me, not interested. I want my body to actually change how it's giving me results. That's what I'm doing. So if you need the liver reset stack information, it's on my site, or put it in my DMs, or on Facebook and YouTube. You can put it in the comments and I will get you information. But anyway, okay. What did I miss? We're going to jump off and then I'm going to see you guys on Tuesday. Joy says, I'm new to you, but I'm loving this conversation. Thank you, Joy. Thank you. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay. What am I missing? All right. I'm off on Tuesday. Or I'm sorry, I'm off on Monday because it's Labor Day here in the States. So I'll be back on Tuesday. And we are here Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I can't wait to see you again. I hope you have a really good Labor Day. And if there's something that you can trade out this weekend, that's your homework. Trade something out and take it to the party. You take something to the party that you can eat. You take something to the party that you can do. Okay. So, oh yeah. Sharon says that, oh, what is that? The liver reset stack. The liver reset stack is the primer, the tablet that supports your natural detoxification, and the orange pixie stick. This is amazing. It's like, I don't want to say it's magical because that's not very fair, but it is magical. Oh, Jeanette, thank you. You're so great. I just appreciate your encouragement. You're so good. So the liver reset stack. All Day I Dream About Food is such a great online resource, Sharon says. It is. She's a very good resource, and I'm going to close with this. She recently lost her husband, you guys. She recently lost her husband. She's like my age, right? Probably yours too. Go to her blog. All Day I Dream About Food. Because when you have online stuff like that, every time you click, not my website is not monetized, but hers is. So when you go and you look at a recipe, when you go and you check out her website, when you go and you do all of these things, it helps her business. So do that. Use hers as a resource this weekend for, let's see, I love key lime pie. I wonder if she has a key lime pie. Those slow cooker ooey gooey turtle brownies. I'm going to go look those up. Whatever it is, go and support her, because that's a tough one, right? Nobody wants to lose their husband when you still have so much life to live, right? So anyway, all right. Have the best weekend ever, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Love you guys so much. See you later. Jeanette. You guys are awesome. Bye.